just wanna take the time to share with you a few memories I have from my boyhood. Well, how I want to do this is I'm gonna start out with this little thing I remember about a little track mobile thing that had some hoppers on it. First up, I thought I might take the time to share that memory and possibly a couple more. Now, back in, I think, 1993 or 1994, there was this one. I remember being at the Overland Crossing in Burley, and I also remember seeing this getting stopped at the Overland Crossing because it had lit up and the gates came down and the bells were dinging like none other. And next thing I know, I see this little yard goat, and what I remember about it is I think it had like an undisclosed amount of covered hoppers, and there's a guy in the cab operating it, and I'm pulling the hoppers behind it, and there's a guy on the left front part of that track mobile switcher doohickey thing, and it was coming through Overland, okay, and it was kind of weird, because it's not every day you see something like that. A little track mobile thing doing the job of a locomotive. And I remember if I'm right, it might have been coming from down somewhere near Peavy Green, kind of a deal. And I think it was into the grain silos over there by Papa Kelsey's, which is just right there by the Overland Crossing and Papa Kelsey's. And at least that's where I think it was going. And I remember it like as clear as day, and I was only 3 or 4 years old at the time. And there's this other time where I was over by the track at Salmon Park once, and I was notified by this one guy who sort of had, I think, darkish grayish hair. And this was like, I think, 1999, so when I was, let's think about that for a minute. I think I was in, I know I was in 3rd grade. I think it was like, I think the year might have been, it was like April or May of 2000. I was down by the track at Salmon Park, like I said, 2 times for the 3rd time already. And this young fella, I remember, he notified me that there's a little track mobile doohickey thing, and so like it was on the Oakley Spur, and we are here at the Declo Cemetery Road crossing on the Declo Spur, and this track mobile thing was heading like it was stepping off the it was on the Oakley Spur. It was gonna step off the Oakley Spur, and I just think it's rather weird to see a track mobile doohickey thing do the job of a locomotive, and I guess I haven't seen a track mobile doing anything on any railroad track for, I'd want to say, like 14 or maybe 15 years. And I also remember there was this one time, like right in the middle of the night, and I was just in my bathroom with the window open. It was like I was just minding my own, brushing my teeth, okay? And next thing I know, meanwhile the bathroom window was open, and I was minding my own, brushing my teeth, and so there was, out of the clear blue, I hear a locomotive horn. It was the Eastern Idaho doing their, I think, their corn train, the one they run out to the ethanol plant, or something like. I think it was their ethanol special. The corn train they run out to the ethanol plant. It was like I start hearing it at 1:12 a.m. in the middle of the night once, and I kept hearing the horn sounding, starting at 1:12 at night. I mean, like, right in the middle of the night. So, the engineer wouldn't stop sounding the horn till, I'd want to say, 1:24, maybe 1:36 at night. And yeah, I was brushing my teeth, like I said before, and so and meanwhile, there's a big boy steam locomotive, 1.2 million pound big boy with a 488 four-wheel arrangement. I'd want to say somewhere in central Nevada, maybe northern Nevada right now, by the number of 4014. It was built in September of 1941, powered by coal. And if you know what 3985 looks like, you'll know what 4014 looks like, because 3985 is one of those steam locomotives that has the 466 four-wheel arrangement. And if they got the 4664 wheel arrangement, that means they are the Challenger type. And with if they have a 4884 wheel arrangement, that would upgrade him to being a big boy. And in total length, 3985 is 177 feet long. It's articulated. It's got articulation, and so does 4014. It's got articulation too, and it'll be on display in Ogden, Utah, on May 5th, 2014, between the hours of 9 o'clock and 4 p.m., which May 5th will be this coming Monday. Today is the 30th of April, 2014. Tomorrow's May 1st. Friday is May 2nd. Saturday is May 3rd. Sunday is May 4th. And Monday is May 5th. And I actually want to see what I can do to catch 4014 on display. But anyways, I want to give you an update that thing's heading from West Colton, California, on into Cheyenne. It's gonna be so how it's gonna be moving to Cheyenne, Wyoming, from West Colton, California, is it's gonna go from West Colton up into southwest Utah or something. Yeah, through southwest Utah and all that. And then from there, it's gonna make some stops. I mean, a lot. And it's gonna be the only time I think it'll be on display is that I know of is this coming Monday from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. And I'd actually like to see what I can do to catch it on display. And I remember this time from when I lived out in the countryside, when I was like, I'd want to say it was 1996, like spring or summertime of 1996. I was out by my trampoline in my front yard, okay, so I was minding my own, doing my thing, doing what pretty much every little 4-year-old boy would do, and my mom was at the front door. I heard her call my name, and she told me to look in front of me. Okay, and so I did, and when I looked, I saw a skunk. That was the very first skunk I ever saw. And oh man, did I freak out. I stood right up, ran inside, just screaming. That skunk, the very first skunk I saw, had scared me so bad that by the time I got inside my house, I was literally in tears. And I really didn't know I didn't really know what to think, because it was my very first skunk. And nowadays, I'm currently 23 years old, and just back in 2011, I seen like half a dozen skunks in a period of 2 weeks, and that was around Father's Day of 2011. And I tell you what, I was used to seeing them, okay, and I went out trying to stone them, and there was like only once where I got sprayed, and another time where I was out on my side yard now, in the house I live in, and I look over to my grandparents' front yard, over near their bush thing, and I looked for a minute, knowing I saw something, and once I realized what it was, I start walking over there, picking up pine cones along the way, trying to stone it, so I could stone it. I got within like, I'd want to say 3 or 4 inches. Thing didn't even spray me. But anyways, I thought I might share those few memories with you.